Anyway, woke up this morning and as you do, my head went back to you have a warhammer part that you got with a lot of cars off eBay, and it looked interesting. And you also have a cheap Chinese pickup truck that looked interesting. So what do? Well, here we go. Pimpy goes Gaslands. And here we have probably a GMC, Ford, whatever truck. I think it's just generic. A cheap Chinese pullback toy. The pullback still works, so I've now got a fully functioning pullback and go Gaslands vehicle, which I didn't really use in the video as I could have. Anyway, first things first, the thing I liked about it, it was a screw together one. So no drilling and tapping for this one. I just wanted something a bit of a change for a Sunday relaxed build. And me had said Gaslands, but I didn't want to waste a decent dinky or corgi or matchbox casting. So I offered up a Chinese one to the gods of die-cast. And here I go with jewellers, so it saw quite a bit of action today. So, and here I'm sewing off the tow bar, but it's also used to good effect to sew up the warhammer parts. I think looking at the warhammer parts, it was part of an helicopter, and it was one of the main kits, which whoever had it, I bet they were wondering where the part went, because it was one hell of an expensive kit. To lose that, I'd say it was in the £70 range for Warhammer prices today. Anyway, here we are. Whoop, and off you go. There we go, blub gone. And here we are, the basic parts I'm going to be doing up, bodying the chassis. I have a quite nice way the interior clicked in. And here we are, we have the Warhammer part I'm using. As I say, I think it's half an helicopter, and I had a rough guess it'd have been a £70 kit, that. Because it isn't cheap, Warhammer. It's £30 at the minimum. So whoever lost that part will be devastated. I bet they lost it somewhere in the... Well, I don't know, I wouldn't say somewhere in the 80s. Because Warhammer was still metal kits in the 80s. It's only recently they've started moulding more in plastic from the 90s onwards. So it's definitely not a 1970s, it was quite the odd man out really. And a lot of cars I got it in. It's probably something more modern they're doing. As I say, I bet they're devastated they'll have a ruined kit for want of that part. But well, it made a good Gaslands. And it's making a power plant and electronic and generator stuff for the missile system and homing system I have on it, tracking system for the radar, for the missiles. And here I am, I'm just gluing the parts to it. A lot of the stuff with Gaslands, it's just relax and do a lot of what you want. It's part fantasy, so nobody can say that'd work or it wouldn't. So just fantasy and having a bit of fun. And here I am drilling out the ends of the exhausts. I damaged the bottom one a bit, didn't get it square, but as it's a Gaslands, that can be explained away as damage. As I say, it's a lovely relaxed thing where you're not worrying about cocking up, or because everything can be explained in the build. It's a fantasy and imagination, which really I'm amazed I did it, because I don't normally have much imagination for shit like this. But there you go. That's why I don't do them that often. It's not something I think I'll do often, but it's something I just fancied doing as a one-off. I prefer the restorations, and I might do the occasional Gaslands, but by no means I don't think you'll even see them every 6 months off me. It'll be just as I fancy, because warhammer parts are expensive anyway. And there I'm using plastic card to make sheet metal screens. I've already made doors with it. When I was drying the paint later on, I dried it over the gas ring on the cooker, and it actually warped the doors on it. But again, that can be explained on a Gaslands thing, as he's been rammed. So it's one of them things, anything goes. It's a brilliant bit of relaxed fun. And here I'm using some old HO model railway rail stanchions. Well, it's metal stock for making rail stanchions to make a rhubarb or whatever grill for the front of it. Just have a swig of me cherry coke. Oh, delish. And here I am just putting on another one. I was putting it on and then going getting me zip kicker, because as you see, that one were actually stuck in my finger. But I'm placing them on in the glue and then getting zip kicker. Anyway, here it's getting a quick coat of primer over all my work. And here it's had a layer of Leo deep rust, and what I'm doing, I've got some light rust Vallejo and I'm mixing in weathering powders with it to give a bit of texture as well. So it's weathering powders and Vallejo light rust over the top of deep rust. And it gives the basic rust colours. And there we have it, still working on it, dabbing it in where I want it, ready for the top coat colour to go on. Here we are, you can see the weathering powders on my palette, and there's the Vallejo light rust. Dab it in the Vallejo paint into the weathering powders, then dab it on. So the weathering powders giving the paint a coarse effect, whilst also colouring it as well, because it's colour pigments. So it's doing two jobs in one really. It's painting and texturing. Well, three jobs really, because it's painting, weathering, texturing. And there, something unusual that we don't, I'm undercoating. Well, primering the driver here. Something we rarely see on gaslands. They all need drivers, and they're all zany characters like Mad Max characters. So I've used a warhammer character. Here we are, fully painted. You won't want to meet him in a dark alley. Not with that chainsaw attached to his arm. He's got the arm though as well. So you don't know which way to go if you met him in an alley, I suppose. Anyway, now enough of that. Here we are, the basic colour coats going on. And here we are, I've rubbed some of the salt off that I sprayed over. And it's give basic patches of worn off areas. For a normal car I'd probably let that go, but I wanted it a bit more weathered. But yeah, looking good. And here I've done some more weathering. I've painted and used my dabbing technique on the steel and various areas, and here I've assembled it back together. And I've painted the components on the back, and the missile system on the front have been painted black, ready for various colours. As you can see, looking fair dinkum. Anyway, here's the finished article on the turntable of doom. And as we can see, for a change, it's a gaslands with a driver. You just wouldn't try and put a parking ticket on that, would you? Or issue it with a speeding ticket. You won't. Well, it don't look very approachable, really, driver. Anyway, here we are. Give you a look in the back, because I've painted it up. Where the exhaust come out the back, I've used blue metallic paint blended into the silver, so it looks like it's heated it. And just dry brush detail and stuff, and I've used washes as well for laid in detail. I painted the grill with black and then rubbed my finger along it so it showed all the grill up. And here we are, just showing the driver. Looks a bit like my sister, to be honest. You wouldn't approach her either. Anyway, and we finish it off with some photos. For a change, something different. Not often I do photos. But here we go. and I think it looks pretty cool really for a cheap Chinese truck, and the figure was a broken figure. It's got no left arm and no legs, so it was broken anyway, but just the ticket for a driver. And the singular warhammer part was useful. It's made the parts for it very well. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and thanks to all my subscribers. You make the channel what it is, and anybody who hasn't subscribed, please subscribe. Please subscribe. Please hit the subscribe button, and even better, ring the bell icon for notifications. Anyway, thanks for watching, and see you in my next vid. Take care, and bye for now.